Welcome back to Unveil Horror Story, where we dive deep into the shadows of fear. Horror movies are meant to scare us, to send shivers down our spines. But what if the nightmares on screen were closer to reality than we ever imagined? Today, we're peeling back the layers of your favorite horror movies to uncover the chilling truth that inspired them. The truth behind some of your favorite horror films is far more terrifying than fiction. Are you ready to face the darkness? Horror films have a unique ability to tap into our deepest fears. But what if I told you that many of these fears are rooted in real-life events? From the psychological torment of Psycho to the supernatural terror of The Exorcist, these films draw inspiration from chilling true stories. Take The Shining, for example. Stephen King was inspired by his stay at the Stanley Hotel, where he experienced a haunting sense of isolation. The hotel's dark history, including ghostly sightings and tragic events, adds a layer of authenticity to the film's terror. The chainsaw-wielding maniac Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is pure nightmare fuel. But did you know he was inspired by a real-life killer? Ed Gein, the butcher of Plainfield, terrorized Wisconsin in the 1950s. He crafted furniture and clothing from human skin, much like Leatherface's grotesque mask. His disturbing crimes also influenced Psycho and The Silence of the Lambs. Then there's The Exorcist, shock audiences with its terrifying portrayal of demonic possession. But what if I told you it actually happened? The true story involved a young boy, not a girl, and the harrowing exorcism that followed. The film was based on a 1949 case demonic possession of a boy known as Roland Doe, who allegedly underwent a series of violent exorcisms. Witnesses reported unexplained noises, moving furniture, and the boy speaking in languages he had never learned. The priests who performed the rituals swore the evil was real. The film's chilling portrayal of possession was inspired by the real-life accounts of fear and faith. Freddy Krueger haunts his victims in their dreams in A Nightmare on Elm Street, but the terrifying truth is that people have actually died in their sleep, with no medical explanation. In the 1970s and 80s, healthy young men from Southeast Asian communities suddenly died in their sleep, seemingly from unexplainable nightmares. Doctors called it sudden unexplained nocturnal death syndrome. Could it be supernatural? No one really knows. The Conjuring movies follow paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren as they battle the darkest forces imaginable. But their cases were real. From the Amityville Horror to the Annabelle doll, the Warrens spent their lives documenting demonic entities and terrifying hauntings. Skeptics call them frauds, but believers claim their encounters were far worse than what Hollywood showed us. Jaws made us fear the ocean. But the real horror came in 1916 when a series of brutal shark attacks terrorized the New Jersey coast. Over 12 days, multiple swimmers were mauled, leaving authorities baffled and beachgoers terrified. Scientists believe it was a rogue great white, or worse, a bull shark that swam upriver. Either way, the ocean has never felt safe since. Imagine watching a cursed tape and receiving a phone call that you'll die in 7 days. The Ring popularized this terrifying legend, but it was actually inspired by Japanese urban myths about cursed videos and ghostly apparitions. The idea of haunted footage dates back to tales of vengeful spirits appearing on screen. Some even claim that watching certain clips invites something sinister into your home. Horror movies are scary, but the true stories behind them? Absolutely bone-chilling. Which of these horrifying inspirations shock you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you dare, subscribe for more terrifying truths.